The Laws of Ascension, Chapter 65, First Match. After breakfast, the four of Team 1 talk a bit before getting ready. They leave their dorm a bit before 9:30 and head to the arenas. They enter the second small arena where B-Blocks matches are held. "Are you ready, Vera?" Rowan asks as they enter. "Yeah, I'm excited too. Since the competitors are selected by team number, whoever my opponent is has to be strong." Vera says happily, "There you are. I was wondering when you'd get here." Cyrilda says, standing near the stairs leading to the arena stands. Leora and King Eldrin are standing next to her. "I didn't know you'd be here to father," Sarah says with a smile while walking up to him. "Today's your first match. Besides, things have been fortunately calm for once, so I was able to take the time to come and watch." Eldrin replies. "Where are your guards?" Lorik asks while looking around. "In case you forgot, both of us are grand mages. Besides, I comprehend the law of space, so he doesn't need a guard." Cyrilda replies, causing Lorik to sigh. "How are you feeling, Vera? Did you get a good night's sleep?" Leora asks while walking up to Vera. "Yeah, though I was a lot hotter than I imagined," Vera replies. "I know what you mean. I was practically sweating last night, but it did surprisingly make it easier to fall asleep." Lorik says as Vera nods in agreement. "What did you two do last night?" Eldrin asks suspiciously. "Lorik gave me his extra soul flower. It made me feel really hot and lightheaded." Vera says. "Speaking of, here, Leora," Lorik says while taking a box out of his ring. He hands it to Leora, who opens it. Inside is the remaining soul flower Lorik received from Soren. "No," Leora says while handing the box back to him. "Why are you two like this?" Lorik says with a sigh. He pushes the box back to her before stepping back. "I take it? Vera refused to?" Cyrilda asks with a slight smile. "I did, but he convinced me in the end. Not that I was so opposed to it." Vera says, "Well, I'm not eating it. You've already done a lot for me, even if I didn't know it, so I'm not letting you give me this." Leora says while stepping closer and holding the box out. "No, you're eating it," Lorik says while pushing the box back toward her. "Why are you being so stubborn?" Leora says while practically shoving the box into Lorik's hands. "Because I am, and I'm greedy too. Now shut up and take the damn flower," Lorik says while tossing the box at Leora. She catches it before grunting and storing it in her ring. "I'll just sell it then," she says while crossing her arms. "All right, it's yours to do as you want," Lorik says while turning away. "Maybe things aren't good between them?" Cyrilda mutters to King Eldrin. "It's been a while, Princess Seraphina." A familiar irritating voice says behind them. They turn around to see Tristane placing a hand over his chest and bowing to Sarah. A man behind Tristane nods to Sarah and King Eldrin. He has short blonde hair and wears a green robe embedded with bright gems. "It has indeed. Are you in B Block?" Sarah asks politely. "Yes, I'm participating in the first match," Tristane replies. "I see, then good luck. You're going up against my team." Sarah replies as the man behind Tristane walks up to Eldrin. "It's been quite a while since I've last seen you, Your Majesty," he says while lowering his head and bowing slightly. "It has been a few months, Count Valemont." King Eldrin replies. Count Valemont waits, seemingly assuming there's more. After a moment, he raises his head and nods. "I hope to see you again later, Princess Seraphina," Tristane says before he and his father leave. "Kick his ass, Vera." Yet Lorik says once they're gone. "Lorik? Language," Leora says while smacking him on the shoulder. "Whatever," he says, causing her to scoff. "We should get to our seats." "Good luck out there, Vera," Cyrilda says while turning to the stairs. "Enjoy having the fun one," Lorik says while following her upstairs. "You've got this," Sarah tells her. "Try not to break any of his bones in front of his father," Rowan says while he and Sarah start ascending the stairs. "Don't push yourself," Leora says before following them up. Vera turns and walks down the halls. She walks around the arena, through halls under the stands. She soon finds a waiting room with the number assigned to her on it. She enters and waits for her match. "Here we are," Eldrin says while sitting down. They're seated near the bottom edge of the stands. Their seats are right above one of the entrances to the arena floor. Instead of the regular stone rows for seats, there's a gap between the stands. 3 tables, all with 5 chairs, act as their seats. Cyrilda takes a chair from one of the other tables. She moves it closer to the table they're all sitting at. The others move their chairs, so their backs aren't turned to the arena. Do you think she'll be fine? Leora asks while taking a seat. She's going against a pushover. This will be easy for her, Lorik replies. What makes you think Tristane is a pushover? Eldrin asks. I knocked him out when he challenged us in a single punch, Lorik says, causing him to sigh. Whose match is next again? Leora asks. Mine is, then it's Sarah, and lastly Lorik, Rowan replies as Vera and Tristane enter the arena floor. A muscular woman with a white suit stands in the arena. She's holding a wooden staff and waiting for the fighters. Once Vera and Tristane walk up onto the arena stage, she starts speaking. Are the two of you ready for your first match? She asks them. Let's just hurry this up, Tristane says, causing the woman to sigh. Very well, then we'll begin right away. The winner of this match will be moving on to the next match tomorrow. Now cast whatever enhancement spells you wish beforehand, she says while stepping back to the edge of the stage. Tristane draws his sword and rests it on his shoulder. Vera takes her soul sword out of her soul. Tristane's face twists with surprise seeing it. Vera casts Destructive Blade, creating a magic circle around the guard. A sword blade made of dark, almost black-red energy. The sword blade pulses and buzzes, almost like flames. She holds her sword in front of her at the ready. Tristane reaches out, and a magic circle appears in front of Vera. She swiftly cuts it as it lights up. It burns and disappears as black-red energy engulfs it. Vera reaches out, and a magic circle appears in front of her hand. It's small, only the size of her hand. A thin ray barely an inch wide shoots out of it. Tristane quickly tries to dodge, but the ray pierces his right arm. The ray disappears as blood sprays from a hole going straight through his arm. She learned a ranged spell, Sarah says with a smile. Tristane holds out his left hand, and a bright magic circle appears in front of him. A ball of bright light shoots from it. Vera starts running toward Tristane as he does. She cuts the ball before it reaches her. Like the first magic circle, it burns up from a dark red energy. A sword made of light appears in Tristane's right hand. In his left is his gem-decorated sword. It comes from a magic circle appearing on his wrist. He runs to meet Vera and pulls his sword back. Their weapons collide, and his sword of light burns up. He steps back in shock as Vera swiftly brings her sword to his neck. Vera wins! The woman shouts before Vera deactivates her spell. She stores her weapon away and turns around. A healer runs up to treat Tristane as Vera leaves. Cyrilda and the others quickly run down to meet her in the halls. Congratulations, Vera, Cyrilda says while they walk up to each other. Thanks, but I wish he put up more of a fight, Vera says, causing her to smile. Hard to put up a fight when your sword burns all of his spells, Eldrin says, causing her to nod. I guess. Anyway, Rowan, are you ready? Vera asks him. Yeah, we should head over, Rowan replies before they start walking away. So much for Tristane being a fun one, Lorik tells her, causing Vera to laugh. You better make it to the last 4. I want to fight you. Vera tells him. What makes you want to fight him? Leora asks. I know Lorik will put up a fun fight, Vera replies. We'll see. You might be fighting the princess instead. I have a feeling Sarah might win if you go against each other. Lorik says, causing her to think it over. I'm not sure about that. I don't think I could counter her sword. Being able to cut through my spells would pose a problem. Sarah says, No, I actually think you'd have the advantage in that match, Cyrilda says. I agree, Eldrin adds. She may be able to cut your spells, but you have fast attacks. It wouldn't matter if she can cut them, if you overwhelm her with your attacks. Rowan's probably the only one who would struggle against Vera here, Cyrilda says, half joking. Why do you say that? Vera asks as Rowan sighs but nods in agreement. Rowan's spells focus on power and strength. As a result, he can't cast them consecutively. He might be able to, but that's not his style, and he would likely fumble if he tried. So you could wear him down by simply cutting his spells down. Though if you engaged in a melee fight, it would depend if that sword cuts through his stun ability. Cyrilda explains as they enter the third arena, where the C-block matches are held. Good luck, Rowan, Sarah says as they get to the stairs. The others wish him luck before they head up. They go to sit in the same seats as before. Cyrilda pulls another chair over, and they look over the arena floor. Lorik, what are your spells like? Leora asks after they are all seated. What brought this up? Lorik asks her. I was just thinking, You've told me about your law, but I've never seen it before. I was just curious. Leora replies, Here, I'll just show you. Summon Wolfpack. Lorik says, causing a magic circle to appear behind him. A large phantom wolf jumps out of it and walks up to Leora. It sits in front of her and tilts its head while looking at her. You have a summoning spell. King Eldrin asks in shock. Yes, Lorik replies, confused by his reaction. Is it odd for him to have a summoning spell? Leora asks while reaching out and feeling the phantom wolf's fur. It is. Most laws that have summoning spells are considered support laws. Their other spells will be able to heal or provide buffs for others. I don't think there's any other law that specializes in attacks like Lorik's that has a summoning spell. Then again, it is a first echelon law. It can't be compared to other laws, Cyrilda explains. Leora starts petting the wolf while nodding. She squishes the wolf's face and smiles. For the record, Leora, I share my senses with the wolf, including touch, Lorik says, causing her to stop. She leans back and turns away, embarrassed. You should have said so sooner, she says, causing Lorik to laugh.